Welcome back, Koa NYC. Please like and subscribe right out the gate. I'm going to dive right into it. Charlie Kirk. A lot of mixed reviews on this man. So I wanted to take the opportunity to kind of interpret a lot of what I've seen from the clips. They're just clips. They're a minute, they're a minute and a half, they're 20 seconds. You know, does not tell me who a man is by seeing clip after clip after clip after clip, but they are consistent. And he doesn't come across to me like a masterful actor. He comes across like he's just taught, this is how the guy talks, and he's very spontaneously direct and, again, consistent. So I think that he's being genuine, at least to a degree, meaning anybody can insert some nonsense, even if you're a person who's mostly honest. So, you know, who knows what gets sprinkled into somebody's personality. That's all I'm saying. So, my interpretation of him, and we're going to go over a little bit of his material, just so it ain't just me running my mouth. But my interpretation of Charlie Kirk is he wasn't his style of delivering messages weren't polished for you to like it at a high level necessarily. It wasn't framed that way. It was just a very direct message, and I have yet to see anything inaccurate. Let's put it that way. I haven't seen anything that's like, if he gets on there and there's a debate at a school, and it's one of those clips, and he says, "I'm here today to say that water is wet, snow is cold, and the sun is hot and bright. And that's my stance on it." And people came up and was like, "No, water's not wet." You know, you'd be like, you know, that's how you'd see it, because that's so obvious and blatant and ridiculous. So my interpretation of him, and we're going to go over a little bit of his material, just so it ain't just me running my mouth. But my interpretation of Charlie Kirk is he wasn't his style of delivering messages weren't polished for you to like it. I just see somebody who goes, "That's what it is," and people are like, "My gosh, you don't want to like fondle me a little bit? No foreplay? Punch me in the face with the truth." And yeah, so no further ado, let's get into some of his videos.
What is the #1 cause of black death in Chicago?
Are you serious?
Other blacks killing blacks.
Are y'all saying other blacks?
Yes.
Other blacks?
No, prove me wrong.
Okay, so right out the gate, for me, when I first saw this, was he says other blacks killing black. He doesn't say it's, you know, it's actually the black youth. They are upset and angry in these neighborhoods, and they end up in these fights, and they end up shooting each other. He's not putting it that way. Other blacks killing blacks, like that's what it is, and that's what it is. That is what it is. You know what I mean? Like that's factually true. So that's what I mean by water's wet. And then when I observe the reaction is a stall tactic of trying to find comfort and remain in the fight, which is good. I like that he wants to remain in it. But that's what the body language, other blacks, are you hearing this, people? Do you hear this? Other blacks? Like, what's that about? Like, he's trying to figure out how to just ignore the fact that he said something factually correct. Blacks killing blacks in these areas is taking place the most, more than anything. That's what he's stating. He just said it like, that's what's true. And then people don't like to hear it like that. They want it to be, you know, whatever, said nice and soft. But anyway.
Prove me wrong. What's the #1 cause of death of blacks in Chicago?
Where's your substantial evidence?
It's right there, dude. It's the real-time vetted
Where does it say it? Where does it say that it's African American?
It says right there.
Where does it say that it's
Scroll down. It
African-Americans
shows
doing
by
this?
race actually there.
Are you just saying that
Scroll
it's no
down.
people being killed, or are
Tell
you
me.
saying that it's
Right there, by race. Right there. Boom. Owned. Who is killing them?
Boom. Owned. It's very white of you, Charlie. Owned. Take that. Should have just that with it.
Them.
Who is killing African Americans?
Yes.
People are killing people.
Right there. The stall, I have to look for an answer. The question is very simple. It's contextually not is every black that ever gets killed by another. It's not. That's not the question. The question is the majority of death taking place. Is it black people killing other black people? And so he pauses to stall, and then he has to say something to stay in the fight again. Other blacks, he's still using the tactics. So the tactic is people are killing people. So now you have this unwillingness to say, because the argument's over. That's the problem. But you want to stay in the fight. So I like it. I mean, I like that you want to stay in the fight. I don't like that you're nonsensical to do it. But I applaud that you don't just give up. So people are killing people is what he's going with. People are killing people. True. Black people are people, and they are killing black people. People are killing people. It's correct, but he's sidestepping. So this is the kind of stuff that I'm like, I'm just observing it. I don't have to be a fan of Charlie Kirk. I'm observing who's making sense and who's dodging it.
No. What race is killing them?
Why are y'all trying to act like African Americans are just solely murdered? People are killing people.
No. What race is killing? Is it white people killing?
That's a real problem that we have. He's correct, but he just took it global. People are killing people, man. It's a big problem. It's a global problem all over the world. People, check this out. No, hear me out, man. People are killing. They're killing people.
Killing blacks or blacks killing
People
blacks?
are killing people, Charlie.
Okay, but hold on. What race is
You're
killing
saying
the other
what race is killing what race more?
You're saying you're asking the question that I already know you asked. So you're saying like what's the actual race of the people? Oh, okay. Well why don't you just come on, man? Like I didn't know. Like nigga, you are stalling and looking weird, but he's young. I get it. He's doing his best to juggle the moment. A lot of eyes on him. He's supposed to be debating. He doesn't want to lose, so it's all good.
Or that does not matter.
It does matter.
What's the race of the people? That does not matter. Our topic is black on black crime, yay or nay. Is it happening or is it not? It's the topic. That does not matter. What matters is what age are the people. Just change it all the way. Might as well. It's the age. You throw Charlie up. What does age have to do with it? Like, got him. Because Charlie, if it's a certain age, it could be any color and a certain. You're like, nigga, what are you talking about? Nothing. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your time. Just walk away. You might as well.
Matter because it's a black on black problem,
It's a black
and blacks
on black
need to
problem,
solve
or is
the
it a
problem
crime
of black on black violence.
Is it a black on black problem or is it a crime problem?
Now, everything is Charlie's doing great. Look at the chubby dude making an ass of himself. That's what you think the commentary is. No, this is the part where Charlie, his message is bam, which it's truthful, it's factual, but it's difficult to bring in a real solution, if you don't also acknowledge the nuances for the condition that's factually true that you're saying. You're saying a factually true thing. That if you don't engage in that part of it, it makes it a very difficult battle because your words are falling on deaf ears because the ears are still attuned to the societal engineering behind the scenes, subtle things that you don't see, constantly trying to make sure that this environment for these particular people are very difficult. Now, that's not an excuse for liberation and saying, whoa, fuck that shit. It's not an excuse for that. It's not about the using it as a reason part. It's just, is it taking place? This is is it or is it not? And I'm saying it is taking place, that there is systems, and you go, systemic racism, see it. Not that system. Not that system at all. There's systems in place to make things very distracting, difficult, pressure. It's like it's bombarded. So just to say, just cut it out is not enough. That's my against Charlie, since you think, oh, this is a yay Charlie video. It's not a yay Charlie. It's just dude doesn't really say things that aren't factually correct. But just because you say things that are factually correct doesn't mean that you've included all the other things that make something a situation. And you can't just say, stop it. There, I've said it. That's not gonna get it done. Even hopefully it plants seeds eventually when you do figure out your way of seeing through this veil of bullshit that keeps coming into your environment, and you go, then maybe these seeds are like, okay, yeah, now I feel Charlie. Now I want to snap. Now that I see I'm being played, now I'm ready to snap out of it. Like, now I see what he means. It means more once you see through the fog of garbage that keeps being introduced into the environmental, into the environment. So that's my spiel about what Charlie misses. I don't think he had that, he didn't have that white privilege. He didn't have that privilege. He didn't have that environment to nurture that kind of knowledge. If he did, he'd soak it up. This motherfucker was a sponge. He would, like, the way he would just be able to go through this and that, and the text, chapter 4, look at paragraph 3. It's ridiculous. He really put a lot of time into making sure he had his knowledge of subjects and stuff like that. If he would have known about the nuances, or I think he knows actually, but he just doesn't really explore it. And maybe he doesn't know it, but to a certain degree, he doesn't know it like lived it. He knows it like things are institutionalized, people play games. Yeah, I get it. But he just still wants to get to the just snap out of it part. So
it's a black on black problem that is a crime problem. Somehow, if it was a black on black problem, it's a crime problem. It's systemic injustice. If the police not enough funding.
Saying, these racists might have a easier time with policing, and yeah, they're going to have nearly response time of 2 seconds.
Wait, it's the police's fault that so many blacks are killing other blacks?
Who just said that?
You did.
I said that?
Yes. No, but no,
please.
I want you to tell me, why is it that black Americans are 13% of the population, yet they commit 55% of the murders?
Where can you show me that?
Again, anyone near you can show.
Now, he's trying to continue to be patient with the dude who keeps running around trying to dip and dodge. It's kind of like, okay, you can look it up, whatever, but let's just fast forward. Assume that if you looked this up, you'd see it. What would you say then? Like, I just want you to answer the question, not try to figure out ways to not answer the question. Where's that? But that's smart though. You need to question things like that. You can't just be accepting people's numbers. If blacks represent 1% of the, how come they get 99% of the crime? It's like, wait, what did you just say? You know what I mean? So yeah, I get that part. But anyway, that you get the gist of this one. People were up in arms about this one as well. But yeah, let's see.
If you were to board a United Airlines,
I ain't get the finish. Right.
If you were to board a flight with United Airlines, would you rather have a pilot that is qualified or one that is diverse?
Already the pause is ridiculous. If you're in a plane, come on, you want to get there safely.
Answer the question.
So answer the question. I think Charlie has seen the guy pause. I think that he's seeing, like, dude, you trying to search for an answer, because the answer is kind of obvious. Do you want a person that can get you there safely, who's experienced, who knows what they're doing, and can fly planes and land them properly? Or do you want that they don't have a Guatemalan in here? Let's get a Guatemalan. Like, do you just want people just to be brought on in, or do you want them to be qualified, highly qualified? And for you to stall on your answer and be like, you're already searching for a way to stay in the fight, because the first question ends the argument. That's really what it does. If you say, I want somebody who's going to get me there safely, I want somebody highest qualified. Okay, well then thank you for your time. Exactly. That's exactly the argument against DEI. That's what he would say if you said that. So you got to be like, and then figure out what to say. So what does he figure out to say? besides the truth.
That makes no sense. Why is there two different things? How is it different?
It makes no sense. How is it different? That's his question. How is it different to hire somebody based on the percentage that we don't have around? You keep thinking, oh, well, we can just hire the best Guatemalan, and then that's how it's like. It doesn't work like that. If there's like people that are way better than the best Guatemalan, the best Guatemalan shouldn't be hired. That's basically what that is. But yeah, he's confused. He doesn't know what the difference is between a high qualified person and a DEI hire. What's the difference? It makes no sense. Like, okay, you're trying to stand the argument like the last dude. I got it.
When you go to American Airlines,
Because in the pursuit of diversity, you sacrifice excellence every time. We know this with Harvard.
Yeah, look at the over laughter is like, I want to look confident in this moment, and this is gonna be fun, man. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, do you, bro? Like all the antics, it's like it's for show, is what I'm saying.
Right. We know this with Yale. We know this with the military. Right. Every time, every example that we pursue diversity, an institution becomes less excellent.
So
it becomes subpar.
When you go on a plane, do you go to the pilot and ask for your credentials, or do you believe that the airline did the right thing and hired the right? So you ask
no,
for
I
their
don't.
credentials.
Actually,
you don't.
I'm starting
you don't.
to.
So,
well,
so,
hold on.
so
No, the answer was to your question. No, I don't believe the airlines did the best. No, not if this is a policy. If this is a policy where you get to hire based on we don't have enough differences around here, then I don't trust the pilot. I don't trust it. I don't ask the pilot for their credentials, but I don't trust the airline to hire the right person if that's what they're going by. I just want you to hire the best people who can land planes and not crash them. That's what I'm looking for. So, yeah.
That was my statement.
That
was my statement. Right. My statement was if you're going to go from 4% of the pilots being black to 50% of the pilots to be black, it begs the question, you are going to lower the standards.
Okay, so it just ended. That was the end. And that's what he ended on. The 4% to 50% jump in black pilots. So when I listen to that, I can hear how somebody could hear that part and be like, oh, this motherfucker. Easily, but it depends on your interpretation skills and contextual skills of this situation. So the context of this is there's already a very, very, very low natural percentage of black pilots in comparison to non-black pilots. There's a low percentage of it. This ain't the NBA, is what I'm saying. This ain't even football, which is less than the NBA. I would say it's probably not even hockey, because there's a lot of brothers in hockey in comparison to like the 80s or something like that. That used to be more of a thing. And it's still way less, obviously, but the pilots might be even less than the hockey player percentage. It may be more like golf. Tiger Woods. Yeah, no, I think that's it. Is that it? No, I'm sure there's more. I don't watch golf. But the percentage is very low, is the context. Naturally low already by people coming in and say, man, I want to be a pilot. Like, that's horrible. So not that much of that takes place when somebody comes in and says, say, man, I want to be a pilot. You know what I'm saying by that. Not that many brothers coming in with their portfolios for piloting compared to, right? So they're 4% naturally. And then all of a sudden there's 50%. Yes, I am concerned because y'all didn't naturally come to these jobs before they said, say, man, you want to be, Tariq, you want to be a pilot? Shit, hell yeah, I want to be a motherfucking pilot. Like, you didn't, that wasn't taking place. And I know everybody that's black doesn't talk like that. It's just fun to do. So, you know what I'm saying? If that jump goes up with that kind of a percentage, it is concerning. And that's a truthful statement to make. It just doesn't say, no, I'm not saying black people can't. He doesn't do the explanation after it. He just says the truth of it. And if you can't take it and palate it and it tastes nasty to you, oh well to you is how he would frame it. Energetically, verbally, he would say, like, I'm not trying to coddle you. I'm not trying to make sure it smells nice, tastes nice. This is the deal. It's 4% naturally. It's now 50%. I'm concerned. And I don't have to be black. He just saying the black statistic. It could be whatever. It could be like it's a 90% chance that you don't have a native Colombian woman as a pilot, let's just say. And then all of a sudden there's like dozens of them. I'd be like, yo, what the fuck's going on in Colombia? What's up with this? Like, it'd be an issue because it's just not a natural jump. You know, it's a purposeful hiring jump just to make it happen. That's not racist. That is, you know, what it is. Let's go to another one. What else?
My dad wanted me to ask you. He said, would you still be a white supremacist if you were in a more diverse work field?
Do you think I'm a white supremacist?
I have no idea if you're a white supremacist. My dad has watched a lot of you. He said if you weren't out here preaching hate and working on your three-pointers, do you think you would probably be better at that?
You should be ashamed of your father.
I'm definitely not. My father's an amazing man.
Yeah,
he cares about American citizens.
Your father
and all
peddles
of their rights.
lies. I'm not a white supremacist. Honestly, shame on him. For someone that runs an organization called Blexit, do you even know what Blexit is?
I do not.
It's literally, we employ 40 black Americans that work in Atlanta, Chicago, and Philadelphia, trying to improve the well-being of inner-city black America. What has your father ever done for inner-city black America other than call me a white supremacist? And by the way, secondly, it's just so ridiculous. It's like it's
black
somehow
people for your companies or whatever you do does not make you a
so
white supremacist.
What is a white supremacist?
I like that he says that because it sounds like it's all about the Charlie train and just saying how great he is. And I don't know about Blexit or whatever. Somebody might be like, man, that's just a cover. That's his white supremacist cover, man. Let me show you the proof. You know, here he is in his white hood having a meeting at the Blexit, conference, some crazy shit. So I don't know all the details of that, but I do know what that sounds like on the surface. Let's just keep it at that. On the surface, that doesn't sound like white supremacy work to me. They don't tend to try to do covert operations by actually helping the blacks. But when I help them, they ain't gonna know what hit them because it looks like I'm helping them, but I really hate them. Like that's not typically how that works. It seems. I'm not an expert in white supremacist tactics. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It doesn't seem like that's the case. But I do like that the kid raised that point because that's true. We're doing everything that's true and just true because it's true. Just because you hire this and do that doesn't mean that you're not a white supremacist. It's true. It's unlikely that he would bother to do shit like that, but it's a fair point. So he says, what is a white supremacist then? That was what Charlie asked in this last moment.
White supremacist.
A white supremacist is somebody who takes advantage and believes that they are higher than everybody else.
Do I believe that?
I have no idea.
Okay, exactly. And so there's no evidence whatsoever, and yet people go around sloppily saying, you're a racist, you're a white supremacist. It is so destructive to our dialogue. It's destructive to us coming together as a country, and there's nothing to support it whatsoever. So thank you for your time, and shame on your father for peddling that crap.
He's pissed at the end. Shame on your father. You should be ashamed of your father. Fuck you, nigga. Like, I get that part. But like, however you want to respond with a no thank you to that, even if your dad's just dead wrong. Like, no, I'm not going to be ashamed of my dad because he called you a piece of shit. Oh, well, I mean, that's what he thought. Fuck it. But, yeah. I don't know. I do also, I haven't seen evidence either of that. I haven't seen something that really shows me or even gives me that vibe if you're good at just feeling what people are about or seeing that something is kind of off about them. I don't see the offness in how he presents himself in any clip I've ever seen. I've never seen him just like, hey, what was that? I saw a little glitch or something. No, he's just direct and very with how he talks. That doesn't make you factually wrong, and it doesn't mean that you're against anybody. It just means I don't have time. I don't care about making it nice for you. That's all. There's no rule against that, as far as I know. This young lady, she spoke her mind about Charlie, because so many people spoke against him, and there were a lot of black people celebrating, and a lot of people period celebrating. But there was a bunch of people kind of like. Even if they weren't celebrating, they were like, hey, it is what it is, because that motherfucker didn't know what he was talking about anyway. There was like a lot of attitude about him, and I was looking for people that did anybody feel like kind of see how I see it, or is it just me, or is it like, So this is what this young lady had to say. I forget. This is not the beginning of her video, but it's about. I think she talks about the plane hiring part.
And it's not just the attention span clip culture that's the issue. It's the fact that we're throwing around words as if they mean nothing. Charlie Kirk says, oh, if I see a black pilot, I might wonder if they're DEI. How is that inherently racist? DEI is a thing, is it not? Is it racist to wonder? I wonder if that black pilot is DEI hired. If you said that to your ancestor that got beat, lynched, and you said, this is racism, they'd call you retarded. They'd call you retarded. Yes, I said that word. They'd call you retarded. So what are we doing here?
I actually only played her clip to hear that wonderful word. It's a beautiful word. Remember that word? They took it away. Taking everything away. Can't say retarded. Video flagged. No, no. All right, what else we got? Now this chick, she goes more into detail about how she feels about black people and why they don't like Charlie.
Telling black people you don't need government assistance because you can be somebody is not racist. Telling us that government assistance has hindered us because before we were on government assistance, we were a more successful people is not racist by reading and understanding the facts. Ever since we started getting subsidized by the government, we have been controlled by the government, and not in only what we can do, but how we think. So when they're pointing out this stuff, y'all don't like nobody telling y'all the truth. Black people don't want to hear the truth because we benefit off of not working and being lazy off of government assistance and stuff. One thing Charlie Kirk also said was that the black people...
That is true. It is true on its own. And there are people on public assistance where it's not a laziness situation. So she didn't, include that truth as well. It's not lazy necessarily. Some people have different situations and circumstances, and you're like steps away from homeless, and so you can get some help and something happen. There's things, but then there's a lot of people that's just like, we in the money. Be at the register at the checkout. Yo, you need to pay for it. How much? What you got? You want them steaks? I'll get you steaks. I'll get you juicy juice. You just give me the money. You give me the money. There's a lot of hustling and bullshitting, with it as well. So, but yeah, not everybody's lazy. That's what I'm saying.
So said was if the black people want to become better, we're going to have to stop celebrating crime and murder. Our culture is destruction. Everything we have from the women in our idolization groups, Beyonce, Summer Walker, SZA, Cardi B, Sexy Red, all of them are horrible examples of...
Especially the last two. I mean, I don't know about SZA, Beyonce. I don't know. I mean, the last two, she kind of went like in order. It's like Cardi B, Sexy Red, goddamn, So anyway, yeah. I mean, I get it.
How to be as a woman. The same thing with the NBA young boy, Lil Baby, Da Baby, Lil Wayne, Baby, P.
All the baby. Big baby, little baby, medium baby, all the babies, all the goddamn babies. Y'all babies need to grow up. Fucking little babies out here. Everybody ain't shit.
Diddy, all of those are examples of how to be a terrible person. And what he is saying is get these examples from in front of you and your kids so that y'all can thrive. Also, let's work on building the family back. One of the things that destroyed the family was removing the father out the home. Put that back together so we can start becoming a good community. But we don't like being told nothing. We don't like being told how to better ourselves because we want to be victims so bad. We want to be at the bottom of somebody's pity party so bad that we'll take anything we can to disregard or dismiss any ethical or sound doctrine to help better ourselves, so that we can steady dwell on a past that no longer affects us and that we can overcome and have the ability to become somebody.
Okay, so again, I like what she said, through and through. But again, on both sides, when I've heard Charlie talk about the father in the home, like And her just saying what she said, the past that doesn't affect us still. The context is the past of slavery and everything that's no longer taking place and hasn't taken place for your life, your mama life, your grandmama life. Like, it's been enough time to figure out how to make things great for yourself, better for yourself, thrive, da 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 da. That's what's being said by saying that. The past, you don't have anything stopping you. Nothing in your past is, blocking you from doing more and better, doing better. But again, the nuance, the same exact thing, that it ignores that there is purposeful forces attempting to make sure it is difficult for you to figure this out, wake up, take action, mobilize, unify. There's things in place that as you try to get no, and it's all invisible and very subtle and not obvious. So that part being ignored, it doesn't give way for an actual solution. It just says you need to wake up. You need to wake up, and you have too many people on an unconscious, subconscious level that's saying, "Wake up from what?" They haven't seen. It's very thin. This little, subtle tremor of influence that is constantly doing whatever it does, because it basically. And what do you mean this? You just keep saying that this little thing is making everybody, that system, that oligarchy, that elite system overall. That's the puppeteers at work with this. It's really just fear. It's so easy to start the awakening process. It's so easy for it to happen that I have to bombard you with all kinds of things that make sure that from all angles, I need the food to be this, high fructose corn. I need to do fluoride in the water. I need to constantly this in the air, this and that, this in the soil, this and that. All of it. What's those things? Pesticides. It has to be all angles. It's not even all the stuff that's in your hood. It's the stuff that's on the trucks on the way to your hood. I need everything to be constantly fucked up because it's so easy. And this is not just for Black people. This is for people, period. It's so easy to wake up and it'll just, this house of cards will crumble. It's very sensitive. It's the control mechanism in place by a small amount of people. It's very sensitive, and it takes a lot of hard work. Like giving them a pen, like I gotta hand it to you. It's a lot of hard work to keep control, and some people may seem to have. This is how some people feel. I feel like Black people have a different connect, the soul and this and the dance and the culture and the music and that there's a certain little thing about these particular people. We definitely don't need these niggas waking up. Like, we don't need that. So it has to be bombardment constantly. I know I'm going off again, but that's what the deal is. And that's what's left out from her at the end. And that's what's left out from Charlie's message. I don't really hear him talk much about that's a thing that needs to be known, and that's the part that's what has the cotton balls in people's ears, is that nuance. They can't hear you properly because they don't realize they have this culprit of a entity that is very organized and very good at not looking like they're doing anything. I don't know why you niggas can't get it together. It's nothing to do with us. They totally are good at that. Let's do one more. What is this? I don't remember what this is. Let's just see what this is.
If a white person were to come up and say, Black America really needs to get its act together and stop sleeping around all the time, and it needs to actually have
why would you?
Because it's true. Let's look at the evidence. You said to myself, there's all these people suffering in Chicago. There's all these people that are terrible. I'm telling you why. It's because there's been bad decisions that have been institutionalized, and rap artists and athletes and people at the top level of Black society.
Bad decisions that have been institutionalized. Okay. That's the only time I've really heard him acknowledge what I'm saying. It connects to what I'm saying. So bad decisions have been institutionalized by who? What's the institution, right? So he's about to talk about rappers and like the institutions that he's talking about, but there's those, again, there's things that push for these low vibrational shitty things to be what you see. This is your all star. This is the person that's like throwing the money. That this is who we push for this. And there's been many artists who have said, I was told that I have to have this as a single, and one of my songs was taken off, and that was a song that was talking about like unifying the city. That was the topic. From New York, we're trying to do this thing like all 5 boroughs unite. I did this unite, and it was like, nah, no uniting. Like I made that example up, but it was something where the positive record didn't make the album, and I needed to have a ratchet, yeah, shake your ass, motherfucker, shake your ass. What? Yeah, I had to have that. That was the worst lyric ever. I don't know what that was, but point is, that's the institutionalizing that I believe he's referring to, and then he talks about rappers
and athletes and people at the top level of black society that refuse to ever challenge the core rot in black America, which is that they are allowing degeneracy and hedonism to eat the soul of what once was a beautiful black culture, and instead they go around saying it's the boogeyman of racism, the white man is out to get you, and the result is black America is doing worse than it was in the 1960s.
Yeah, now the thing that I'm talking about is not the same as white America out to get me and racism. Those things are tools of what I'm talking about. The entity I'm talking about uses those things as ways as a temperature check. Like if a 12-year-old honor student, black student, is killed by a police officer, he's unarmed, on his way home, the temperature check, it's two things. It allows you to point at something to say, see, this is the bullshit I'm talking about. I'm trying to say all this bullshit that it's not happening. It's not about are things happening or not. That's not the nuance. That thing that I keep doing, this same things are being thrown in the mix to make sure people have a hard time figuring it out. That's not a part of the result. The result that they're getting is to control you. It's to control the situation so you don't ever recognize that I have nothing but infinite greatness within me, and I can tap into it whenever I can think to do that. But as long as this is rough and I can't get a job, this is hard, this sucks, that's tough. As long as I have a lot of stuff constantly in my face showing me how hard life is, I can't ever just actually sit quietly and realize how powerful I am, and that there's actually nothing in the way from tapping into that power except distractions and things happening. And so the happening of, it's not that it happens all the time, it's just that when it does happen, it's a great tool. Put it out there so you can, and the temperature check is, do you still emotionally react with the outrage, which yeah, of course, and I'm trying to tell you that reaction is a part of the control mechanism. The fact that if I see that everybody's doing that, good, that means they're still under control, and people don't see the connection of that how being like, we have to hit in the streets and signs up and this and that and justice for so and so, and we need to cut down with that cop. Just playing the game of reacting to that and wanting the justice and the outrage, it allows me to know that you're controllable still. You still will, if I throw something, you'll react. If I throw something out, you'll react. And I'm not saying it's orchestrated shooting. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it figuratively. When a situation takes place and it gets broadcasted and I get that reaction, I know you're still under my control. That's the overall, the oligarch, not the police station or this or the mayor, or nobody you see or hear. No Trump, no nobody, no Kamala, no nobody, no Biden, nobody that you see. The people who run these people, the groups and the companies and the corporation and all the military, industrial, all of it combined, who you don't see. That's temperature checks for control. That's what I'm saying. And it's sometimes not easy to connect the dots, but the best thing you could do is not play their. It's to first see. You have to first see that there's a game being played upon you, just to see if I still have you under control. So again, he misses nuance. He says, just stop doing it. And that doesn't work, unfortunately, directly by itself. It works as a jolting. Who's this shaking things up? It works for that, but it doesn't work to implement a solution because people don't realize they're being bamboozled and that there's psychological operations running 24 hours a day. They're just running. They have to. Like I said, it's a very sensitive line of business, controlling the world, controlling populace, especially those who you really think would fuck things up if they woke up. So yeah, comment if you're like, yeah, fuck out of here, you Uncle Tom piece of shit. Like, go ahead and write that. Maybe not write that, but whatever. Just write whatever you're gonna write. I invite the engagement. And this one, segregation. Interesting topic.
Would you say that black-only dormitories is wrong?
It certainly creates a sense of community. I don't see any problem with that.
Are there differences between races?
No, not biologically.
Then why would we have different dormitories for races?
Culture.
Segregation is what you're arguing for, my friend.
No, sir.
How is it not segregation to have blacks in their own dorm? Ibram X. Kendi argues, who is one of the leading thinkers of critical theory, discrimination today to atone for discrimination of yesterday. We have black-only graduation ceremonies at Columbia University, black-only dormitories across the country, for example, at Western Washington University. Can you join me today in saying black-only dormitories are evil, wrong, and it's segregation? Would you?
Now, what if you only got that part? Can you join me in saying that black and your ear is tuned to black? Can you join me by saying black are evil and wrong? And then the clip cuts off? Motherfucker! Like, that's it. That's all you got. You're a racist bastard. And doesn't have any apology in his voice. That's the whole thing. That direct style doesn't even sound like no, doesn't even care. Doesn't even, like, it's just like, just saying it. That's why they say spewing hate, just talking shit. Don't even care about what he said. Oh, the nerve.
Segregation. Would you support white-only dormitories?
Everybody has a choice.
So I think white-only and black-only anything is evil and wrong. That's why I hate
black-only or white-only is evil and wrong. He's double racist. He's retarded.
I hate critical theory and critical race theory because when it's put in practice, you start to discriminate people based on race. So we're now south of the Mason-Dixon line in North Carolina. We did a lot of work to get rid of segregation in this country. Why are you trying to bring it back?
What work?
The Civil Rights Act of 1964.
In this state?
Yeah, actually in this state.
That's what I meant by he knows his shit. Like, bring your A game. You used to have brought your A game. That sucks, right? Saying it past tense like that. You would have had to bring your A game with him, but like that's how I have to do it now. I keep talking in the present tense, but
in this state. Are there black-only bathrooms out there I'm unaware of, or white-only bathrooms?
Nah.
Right. A lot of work was done in this state.
Fuck you, your face is small.
Well, thanks for being here. They always go to insults when they lose the argument. God bless you, my friend.
So, class act under pressure. I've seen that a lot of times. People insult him. He's just like, yeah, it is what it is. Like, he was like, well, fuck you too. I go, well, they're walking away. Yeah, your mother ain't shit. And let's just end with this one because I think, yeah, this is the last one. I like this dude in the beginning. He's like, what the hell? I don't get it. I just like how he does that.
You will never be the best version of yourself if you allow other people to convince you that you can't be better because of your skin color, because of your sexual identity, because of the community you came from. You must resist those narratives at all costs if you truly want to be successful in America.
So that one I don't have a commentary on, except, I don't like when people put music on things like that. Make it better. It's like, oh, did you hear him sound like Dr. King? Hit the hand, the politician hand. If we had to talk, but yeah, I mean, I don't see the racist. I don't see the white supremacist. I don't know. Behind closed doors. This is how I talk, and I'm a white supremacist. Like, I don't know what he does or what he did. But yeah, I don't get any of that. And I've seen way more clips than this, like dozens and dozens. He's the same person. I've seen him on the abortion topic. I've seen him on stuff. I just wanted to go over race stuff, you know, mostly, and that was it. But yeah, comment what you think. You can say what you think. This is the crazy thing. You get on here and then you open yourself up and people are like, hey, motherfucker, you know what the fuck you talking about. Eat 5 dicks, motherfucker. Like, damn. Don't like. It's all right. Like, the fuck? My Dave Chappelle joke. Anyway, that's it. Like, subscribe. One of my few subscribers don't like this show. Unsubscribe about that, motherfucker. You should have never put this video. Stick to them rap videos, nigga. Speaking of which, I got more.
No, I don't know. You said it. How do I know? You said I'm funny.